Mike Barnicle.
Michael Leiter, I want to take you back to your old job for a second. If you could just shut your eyes and tell us you're downstairs in the Situation Room. You and your people are gathered around the table, and you're looking at countries that are the incubators of a lot of this stuff. You're looking at Saudi Arabia. You're looking at Egypt. You're looking at other places in the Middle East, including Iran, where a lot of this stuff is fomented. Let me ask you, what can we do that we're not doing with regard to the incubators of a lot of this activity, a lot of this terrorism? What can we do that we're not doing?
Well, Mike, the first thing I do is give a little bit different intelligence presentation than you just did. There's no doubt that some of the ideology is rooted in places like Saudi Arabia and elsewhere. But part of my message to the president is, Mr. President, this isn't just about Egypt. This isn't just about Syria. This is about the populations that exist in the West today. Because many of the attacks that we talked about really don't have anything other than an ideological linkage back. And if we don't have effective engagement with disenfranchised and disenchanted populations of North Africans in Paris or Nice or outside Brussels or, God forbid, here in the United States, we can do everything possible in Egypt and Syria, Iraq, and we will still have a problem. And the core of that is where ISIS has succeeded, where Al-Qaeda really failed for many years.
How can they succeed and we cannot combat their success?
Well, this is a really complicated problem, and I know people want the silver bullet to know, how do we stop this right now? And the fact is that, like any other complicated social phenomena, it takes offense. So it does take offense in places like in Iraq and Syria to show that that movement can't win there. It takes defense here. Defense against a truck and an angry 31-year-old is really hard, and it takes deep engagement. And it takes engagement for those communities to identify individuals who are vulnerable. And then you can put in the other places that hopefully provide that last line of defense, whether it's a police presence, final investigations, making sure that people who have commercial driver's licenses like we do here in the United States aren't susceptible. But these are the final rows of defense. And if we don't get farther up the life chain of terrorism, how they're made, where they come from, how they plan, and how they communicate, we'll never be able to stop all of these cases.
Amen.